The Illinois State Police is conducting a DUI investigation that involved a retired Springfield police sergeant.
Just before 9:30 on September 5th, Springfield police officers responded to a report of a traffic crash in the 400 block of East Lakeshore Drive. That involved a motorcycle with 2 passengers.
News Channel 20's Monique Davis is working for you to share how the crash unfolded. Monique?
The Springfield police sergeant was identified as Michael Egan. Illinois State Police say Egan was driving northbound on Lakeshore Drive and failed to yield a right-of-way turn. This resulted in him crashing into the 2-passenger motorcycle. The 2 passengers on the motorcycle were seriously injured and had to be taken to the hospital. The Illinois State Police were contacted to conduct an investigation, and they arrived at the scene around 10. Family members of the victim are angry that Sergeant Egan wasn't given a breathalyzer test at the scene. But Mark Johnson, a partner with Johnson Law Group, says that in the state of Illinois, the test is optional.
Ramifications when you do that. But yes, there's oftentimes people do in fact refuse a breathalyzer. And it sounds like in this particular case that a police officer about to be retired has exercised his right to do so.
Egan was cited by ISP for the crash. State police said additional charges may be filed pending the result of a toxicology report. The Springfield Police Department says it is also conducting an internal investigation to ensure its officers followed the proper procedures. Reporting live in studio, I'm Monique Davis.
Thanks, Monique. Springfield Police Chief Ken Scarlett says both active and retired law enforcement officers must be held to the same standards to maintain public trust.
Illinois State Police conducting a DUI investigation involving a retired Springfield police sergeant. That's now underway. Michael Egan was cited in a crash after turning in front of a motorcycle with 2 passengers. This is in the 400 block of East Lakeshore Drive last night.
Both motorcycle passengers had to be taken to the hospital. News Channel 20's Monique Davis is working for you to share how the incident unfolded and what the victim's family had to say. Monique?
I sat down with family members of the 2 passengers of the motorcycle crash earlier today. Chelsea Farley and Trevor Hopkins both suffered serious injuries, and their loved ones tell me that they believe the proper measures were not taken until hours following the crash.
Our family is just outraged, and we want accountability and justice from the Springfield Police Department for this type of egregious act and for all the families that have had this type of trouble and heartache all year.
Both Trevor and Chelsea were taken to St. John's Hospital. We spoke with Trevor's sister, Jade Valleys, on the phone, and she says that Trevor is dealing with head injuries and has to have work done to his face by a surgeon. Both family members I spoke with say the sergeant was visibly disoriented at the scene.
But it's been all over social media since 9 p.m. This officer is clearly drunk, clearly stumbling in the videos that everyone can reference and see all over.
Caitlin was shocked by the message she received from the state police.
But the state police told me that I shouldn't believe things on social media and I need to put trust in them. They wouldn't give me an answer. The answer that we all need is to find out why there was no field sobriety test given to any of the Springfield Police off-duty officers.
Witnesses say that Springfield police arrived on the scene and gave Egan gum and hours to sober up, and that responding officers did not give Egan a field sobriety test. However, according to attorney Mark Johnson, drivers can legally refuse to take a breathalyzer test.
There are ramifications when you do that. But yes, there's oftentimes people do in fact refuse a breathalyzer. And it sounds like in this particular case that a police officer about to be retired has exercised his right to do so.
While state police have taken over the crash investigation, the Springfield Police Department says an internal investigation is underway to make sure proper procedures were taken by the Springfield police officers. Caitlin says Chelsea will undergo surgery to repair her hips and legs tomorrow morning. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis.
Thanks, Monique. Springfield Police Chief Ken Scarlett says both active and retired law enforcement officers must be held to the same standards to maintain public trust.
Thanks for watching. Stick around by subscribing today and don't miss a single video.